So my name is Dr. Irvin Pedro Cohen, and I am the former executive director for the Newtown Success Zone. And our summer jobs program came about as a result of actually we had a violent incident in the neighborhood prior to kids getting out of school. And so what happened was me and Alfred actually decided to walk the neighborhood and get a sense of what residents wanted to happen to mitigate what we knew was happening in the larger sense of the city. We had gone through a really violent set of months in the city, and we did not want that to derail the work that we were doing in Newtown. And so we actually walked the neighborhood, and it was important for us to get a sense of what they wanted, because what they wanted sort of guided and has guided all of the work of the Success Zone.
We understand that housing alone will not transform a community. So there's been a lot of work done assessing the needs of this community and looking at ways that we can intervene, leveraging shelter because that is our strength, but what else can we do to transform a community? So one of the main needs of this community that we identified through our different focus groups, community meetings, interaction with community members, was the need for jobs, especially during the summer months where, especially the youth during those summer months need something to do. And that was expressed to us by different people, by different groups, that if they did not have something to do during the summer, they feared, individuals feared it, the community feared it, that those folks could get into trouble.
The importance of this program is to help young men that have been arrested, dropped out of high school, and has no marketable skills. Right now, we're working in a pilot stage, and we're working with 20 to 40 young men to be involved with this process. And the reason we're doing that is because we need to help them find out where it is that they need to go and what it is that they want to do. We're not designed to force them into a trade or a craft or any type. Our goal is to help them identify what is it that they're wanting to do. And once they identify with what it is that they want to do, then it's our mission, it's our goal to help them get where they need to be. So I think with our program and what we bring to the table with them, with the carpentry, the plumbing, the electrical, drywall and painting, and underwater welding and diving, that we bring to the table for them, it's a plus to give them an opportunity to see things that they never thought existed or thought they even had access to.
I heard about Jacksonville Youthworks walking up to the store, and I definitely would recommend it to any of my peers or someone in my age bracket. It's a good way to get your work experience up. Definitely keeps you out of trouble over the summer.
It's good for me to be earning a paycheck instead of me going out trying to do some dumb stuff and trying to get some money. But now I don't have to do that. I work like I'm supposed to as a man. It's good, and it helped me out because I have 2 kids. I have a little boy and a little girl, so they need diapers or anything. The paycheck helped me out, and so I can get them what they need, and I don't got to go out and do no dumb stuff, be in jail, be locked up or dead. So it helps out a lot.
Okay, earning a paycheck means so much to me, because during the time I was looking for a job and I was able to find one, my mama had to pay all the bills and do this and do that, and she's struggling. I'm feeling helpless because I can't do nothing, because I don't have no money, I can't help. So with the paycheck I do get from this, it allows me to help my mama with the bills, help with my little siblings, help with the food stuff. So that's really what I focus most of my paycheck on.
I like my job a lot. I learned how to change a dead forklift, so to speak, how to switch out the gas, switch out the propane tanks and all that. one of my favorite things to do is, keep the place tidied up, because it gets very dirty. I don't like to work in a dirty environment.
I kind of love my job because it's something I really like doing, working in the warehouse. My favorite thing about warehouse jobs is the wrapping stuff, the moving stuff, and the forklifting.
We wouldn't be able to have a warehouse clean or as neat or organized without them. Right now, it's just not. We couldn't bring people in and just do that job specifically, but what we try to do is teach them more than just cleaning or straightening up. Teach them about the items or the material that they are touching and handling. Have them helping our customers out so that maybe in the future when they go apply for other jobs, they'll have those kind of skills or at least a little bit of knowledge of roofing materials. And maybe who knows, down the road they come back and apply here and they've already got that experience under their belt.
My favorite thing about being a part of Jacksonville Youthworks, and I think you'll agree with me, is serving as a mentor, getting to know these young men on a personal level to identify each kid's need. And once we get to know those kids, we can go about satisfying their need. And that's very critical because, you can't treat everyone the same way. Everyone didn't come from the same background. Everyone doesn't have the same interests, the same motivations. And just that's what's really been big to me, you know what I mean?
And for myself, being able to really pass on the knowledge that I've learned in college to these young black men, it makes me feel good about myself, because the issue that we have as black people isn't just Jacksonville. It's a nationwide issue. So me being able to play my part and educating them on ways to better conduct themselves, whether it's everyday life in the workplace, how to better treat women, how to manage money, whatever it is that I can pass on to them that I've learned that I know that they don't have people in their lives teaching them these things. So me being able to really implement these type of skills into them and help out on a small scale, which will in turn help out on a national scale, I rest my head on that one. I rest my head.
I have got a first-hand look on how the youth has opened up. I'm getting emotional, not the kidding, because I'm gonna cry if I even talk about there's a youth. His name is Breon Mason, and he came in very shy and with his head down. And I noticed that Jacksonville Youthworks really helped him to open up. And that's the story that I want to tell, that this program is really helping our youth that needs help, period.
These types of partnerships are essential for transforming a community, especially a community that's in distress, a community that has suffered from disinvestment. This is the only way that, with limited resources, limited funds, that these kind of projects can move forward. We need to understand, and I think that's one of the strengths of the partnership in the Newtown Success Zone, is identifying the strengths of each of the different partners. On top of that, there's also a need, to address the commercial component and the economic development component of the corridor. This is an area where there has not been any significant investment in the past few decades. The main goal we have now that the program's coming to an end is to be able to replicate this next summer, perhaps even a year-long engagement. It's important for this to not be just a one-off. It's important for this to not just be summer of 2015 that this happened. There needs to be continued effort to keep this going. You have a lot of the participants or the kids that were hired that are still in school. So if we can create that support and those experiences in an ongoing fashion until they graduate, I think will increase their likelihood for success in life.
I think for kids in Newtown to have access to programs like this makes them have value in where they stay. Oftentimes, in particular in high poverty areas, young people in particular are trying to get out the neighborhood as quickly as possible. And that leads to a whole another set of social and, you know, issues relative to the community. But I think when you bring high quality programming to a community that has some tangible benefits to young people and their families, it makes communities destinations where people want to live.